Welcome to the Silent Voice, where we peer into the shadows of history's greatest enigmas. Today, you're about to enter a world of ink, whispers, and unsolved secrets. A world held between the battered covers of a single, untranslatable book. This is the story of the Voynich Manuscript, the book that, some say, wrote itself. Our story begins in 1912, when a rare book dealer named Wilfrid Voynich steps quietly through the echoing halls of a Jesuit college in Frascati, Italy. He is eavesdropping on history, searching for lost treasures forgotten in the monastery's dark corners. On one unremarkable shelf, he discovers a manuscript unlike any other. Nearly 240 parchment pages, stained with time, packed with unknown symbols curling across every line. Voynich purchases the book and begins his own quest, not just for profit, but for understanding. Who wrote this? Why can't anyone read it? The manuscript's origins seem to vanish behind the very script inked upon it. Let's open the book itself. The first thing you'll notice is the handwriting. Dense, looping characters, intricate and orderly, but in a language that appears nowhere else on Earth. There are no corrections, only confident, fluid pen strokes, as if the scribe knew every word by heart. Next are the illustrations, leaves and stems wrapped into impossible shapes, flowers with an odd familiarity, but no twin in nature. There are full-page drawings of plants that don't exist, and herbal diagrams that refuse to match any medieval medicine guide. Turn a few pages and you'll find elaborate Zodiac wheels surrounding naked figures submerged in what look like green baths, sometimes social, always strange. Tubes wind around bodies, stars hang low over tiny castles, all linked by invisible logic. But the strangest puzzle, of course, remains the text. For more than a century, some of the sharpest minds have tried to shatter its code. During World War II, Allied codebreakers, veterans of enigma and secret ciphers, spent months poring over its script.
Brilliant minds like William Friedman, who cracked Japanese codes for the US military, left defeated, declaring the manuscript was the most mysterious thing they'd ever seen.
The invention of computers and, much later, pattern-seeking algorithms brought renewed hope. Machine learning has mapped every symbol and tested thousands of linguistic theories, but the manuscript yields nothing. Some believe it's a constructed language, a deliberately invented linguistic system, complete with internal rules and recurring grammar. Yet even then, the rules seem too slippery to pin down. No Rosetta Stone in sight. Sometimes, scholars suggest it's an elaborate imitation of language, filled with patterns that almost, but never quite, make sense. We can glean other clues from what it's made of. Carbon dating places its vellum in the early 15th century. The ink, too, is convincingly medieval, fading to warm sepia at the margins. But authenticity isn't the same as meaning. So who made this? Some say it was a pharmaceutical manual by scholars at the court of Rudolph II. Others guess it was the fever dream of a lonely genius, or even a coded diary of forbidden beliefs. Some have floated wilder ideas, the ravings of a Renaissance alchemist. A hoax, perhaps, a dazzling labyrinth with no center, created just to deceive. Was Voynich himself the culprit, forging a riddle for fame and fortune? There's no proof, and nothing in his obsessively detailed letters hints at trickery. But in the world of rare books, every shadow breeds suspicion. And then, across every theory, the silent possibility. Maybe the book is the only relic of a vanished world, one whose tongue has crumbled to dust while the pages endured. When you stare at the Voynich script, watching page after page unfurl in graceful, unreadable lines, the question changes. What happens to a message when no one can read it? Does meaning evaporate, or does it endure, as encrypted as the stars? More than 5 centuries later, the Voynich manuscript holds its secrets. It is both a monument to human creativity and a testament to the limits of knowledge. It reminds us that some mysteries are not puzzles to be solved, but companions, haunting and beautiful, forever whispering just out of reach. Thank you for joining the Silent Voice tonight. If you enjoyed this journey, remember, there are stories inked in silence everywhere. Some you can read, some, like the Voynich Manuscript, will read you back,